Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail here with more Lords of the Realm Viewer's Choice Edition. You can see that yes, it's been a while, and yes, a bunch of my kingdom is flashing, but that's because we're continuing where we left off last time, where pretty much all of eastern England is mine, and I have pretty much two nobles that I have crushed just about, the Earl and the Knight. Let me go ahead and get some of this junk off just a little bit. Get these big flags up here. Those flashing just means that the steward's doing something crazy. But the Earl is down to one county, the Knight is down to one county. The Countess is very soon going to be down to one county, which leaves pretty much what I said before. The Bishop who loves to turtle, it's going to suck. And the Baron, who, if I can actually take Stratfordshire, I can cut off two of his counties right away. Well, maybe not, because they'll be hooked up that way. But still, pretty decent place to be in right now. But I'm going to start this video, I think probably one of the best places to do this is because I have my army across the border here. The Baron's starting to bear down over here. I don't know if he's trying to help the Countess or just dodge his own counties or what, but right now I have definitely some interesting armed forces stuff going on here, as I have a good peasant, swordsman, crossbowman army, and I have swordsmen and peasants over here. And I have a big stack of units over here that I'd love to push towards the Countess. As strangely, no one has taken these Welsh counties. But we are going to start today by, I think it's time. We're going to start this with a bang. See this army here? It has 400 people. See that army there? It used to be a little larger, but now it's not. He isn't really that aggressive towards the Knight, but I think it is time for me to see if the Baron is legit. The Baron... You have most counties of anybody, and you have an army of 514 people. And oh, they're not all peasants. Oh man, they are not all peasants. That is going to make this very interesting, especially because they have to run through a giant pile of filth just to get to me. So that is pretty fortunate on my end. So all I've really got to do at this rate is, let's not select these units incorrectly. We just pretty much need our meat shields up here right now, and we're going to start picking off these units as they come in. There's swordsmen, which are especially dangerous, and there's spearmen. This is going to be a tough fight, but I definitely have the terrain advantage at this point. I wonder if I should pick off the spearmen first. We'll see who starts moving, because those peasants are going to be sliced asunder pretty shortly. So where those arrows go? Can they reach? No, they can't. But I can start poking at their peasants. So, longbowmen, not unlimited range. It has been a little while since I played, so there's the first peasants dropping skippity-doo. As my peasants are being very, very stupid. Wandering around the line here. So let's get our meat shields in place. And right now he's just sending one tiny force at a time. This is like the Foot Clan strategy. As long as I keep my guys out of range of the archers, we'll be okay. So I may be able to mow down these guys before they can actually reach me. That'd be pretty awesome because they are all slowed. And now we're starting to get some arrows volleying my way, so... mismanage that just a little bit. We'll move you guys into position when the time comes, because right now they're out of range of the archers. Here comes the second block of peasants. So Baron, for being a good lad, you have some very poor strategery going on here. So my archers are not getting hit right now. And we're just going to see if that whole set will run away. Yes, they do. So second set, still no swordsman, still no spearsman. So the bad news is that the Baron is actually packing a real army. The really good news is that the AI, despite being on hard difficulty, doesn't know what to do with it. I have not lost a single unit yet. And right now, because they have to march through the muck, I mean, that is just some really, really good luck right here. I may be able to... I don't know, if he marches the rest of these guys here just on their own, I may be able to take out this whole thing. Because right now, I have just picked off his peasants like they are nothing. And you're going to have a choice. Does the AI, is it smart enough to actually wander around? It is nice to see, though, that there's, let's see here, 100, 250 of his units. As, oh no, we have some peasants actually breaking the line right here. And that's kind of the danger zone right here. As long as I can keep my units around that flank, we'll be okay. Eventually I may have to move into range of those archers just to fire back. But I might actually be able to move into range of the spearsmen. So let's see here. It's going to be a little tricky. But if I just poke these guys up just enough, then I may be able to flush out their spearmen as well. This is just so ridiculous. It's like, come on, guys. Show me what you got. So I don't really like how when these shots fire. There we go. I hit the spearsmen. Now they're going to come charging at me. Those arrows still are not hitting me. And those spearsmen have very high defense. But they're still going to have to go through the marsh. So let's see here. How many kills am I getting without any casualties? Let's see here. These guys might all be gone for too long. I may have to sack my archers here. Let's see here. Because, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to poke those guys in. But I don't really want my melee troops to be rained down on by arrows. So let's see here. I've taken out half of his army with no reprisal. And this should still be out of range. Just barely, barely. We are so close to being in range with you guys. Alright, so I guess if that's the case, let's go ahead and move these archers forward just enough. So it looks like they're trying to fire on the swordsman right now and just not hitting them. So let's see if I can take these guys out next. See, the hero archers. Can you hit from across the land? Oh, they're just out of range. Oh, this is like the saddest fight ever. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pause that shit. You all don't get to run that far. Okay. Little double clicky action here. So now my archers are in range. Will the AI realize that it is in danger zone? Just knocking out those archers. You're still shooting after my friggin'... Wow, this is amazing. I could have killed a 500 troop army, maybe with just 50 peasants or something. Unbelievable. The AI is not switching here. So I think a lot of the love that I had for this game, I still like it, don't get me wrong, but there is some holes that I'm seeing in some of the gameplay here 15, 20 years later. Has it really been that long? I don't know if it's been that long, but all you need is one swamp pit of despair. And remember, these battlefields are randomly generated. Guess it's almost time to actually offer quarter, to be honest. Let's see here. Get them to disperse. Offer quarter. Yeah, you all just got owned by 200 mercenary archers. Oh, Baron, your army's legit, but the AI... Oh, the AI is not. So let's see here. The Baron has a lot of forces. He has a big army right there, and my guess is that he actually has his troops well fortified with stuff. So right now I'm doing a lot of economic damage here. I guess one of the questions is, do I want to besiege Seataller Castle? I do have a small army here. Would any of these forces be good to uplink with them? Not really. Not really. Not really. I have a lot of mercenaries. I don't know why I've bugged into getting a zillion Swedish swordsmen, but I have. But this is kind of my siege force right now. The knight is besieging this castle, but if he wins, it's going to fall to nobody. So I wonder if the Baron's actually going to be doing something here. I guess at this rate, since I have provoked the Baron, let's go ahead and take a position in his county, because the Countess is surely not going to be attacking me here. And we're going to end turn. I did do a lot of my economic stuff before this turn. So we are just going to go ahead and say, Bishop, what you got? Bishop is going to possibly continue to butt heads with the Countess or reinforce his troops. The Earl does nothing. The Countess is sending 50 people to break the siege, and it's just 50 peasants. So we are back to having a gargantuan economic advantage here, where I can just keep pumping out swordsmen mercenaries, which is far cheaper, especially over the long term, than building weapons, but you can only have one mercenary thing per tile. So unfortunately, the way this encounter is going to go is not really going to favor me, but we'll just kill him. Hopefully I don't lose a guy. So here, if I get him down to like 33, I should be able to quarter. There we go. Get out of town. Why are you sending 50 people to their death every turn? That's not very nice, lady. So here comes the knight. Oh, the knight's going to crush me. 97 yeomen versus 550. The demon. Oh my god, they are all peasants. So brave 97 swordsmen. That sounds like a really... That sounds like any of those old Japanese samurai movie. The 97 swordsmen. Whoa, they're so unhealthy. One of them already died just on the battlefield. Okay, well, you guys will die for glory and profit because this is just an Earth. The Mercenary Brigade, this frees up like 67 gold per turn or 77 gold per turn. So y'all are going to be surrounded, but I want you to do as much damage as possible. So the 97 swordsmen are going to get poked away by all these guys. They have incredibly good morale. I don't know what that's all about, but if I can take out 200 of these troops, I'll be happy. And it's possible I might be able to take out more because they did get a box in the middle. So the enemy is not going to get the surround, which you have seen the surround kind of plays the computer's advantage if you can. So right now, 97 swordsmen doing their thing. Of course, the enemy does have a surround, but I just mean these scenarios where you have a line and units poking from both sides. So my morale's dipping. This battle isn't going to last much longer, as these guys said. I don't get paid enough for this shit. But I've taken out over 200 units. It's sacrificing this pawn just to let the main attack force come in from underneath. So troops are killed, routed, you've lost the battle. I killed 213. Unfortunately, these are all peasants for a county that I really want to take. So I do want to take out the knight here. Meanwhile, we have our siege on the Earl. 12 attempts to take the castle. Let's do this. Trebuchets go. Oh, there we go. Miners fill the moat. Very first try. So the Earl... There goes Bunratty Castle, and I think that is curtains for the Earl. And do we get any little death speech? No. No, we don't. That's dissatisfying. Because the Earl has been eliminated. Da-na-na-na. I was hoping for that 2 turns ago. Countess, meanwhile, 3 defenders killed in this castle. So let's see here. Farmers. That's our freefarmreport.com. Half of England is mine, and the treachery's afoot. I fear the Baron plots your downfall. That's fine, because I am plotting the Baron's downfall, and yours, Bishop. So here we go. Look, more counties. My happiness is down, but considering it's a 21 versus where I'm at the beginning of the game, I will take that. I have a very large population for the game. I think England at this stage of history had well more than 12,000 or 24,000 people in it. But farm output's good. I'm the greatest noble, actually knocking down the Baron a peg, which is interesting. And the Earl's flag is still flying. I don't know why it is. He shouldn't be in the game anymore. But there we go. I have castles, many of them not finished. The Earl apparently has the most crowns. It'd be nice by eliminating him if I got his crowns, but I have the most counties by far. And it's just really interesting to see. That's one county, pretty much, for those guys. Or 2 counties. I guess the knight just has 1. I can't really count anymore. And interestingly, by eliminating so many troops from the Baron, I now have a sizable lead on both of them. So I could just possibly steamroll the rest of this game. I'm the greatest noble in the land. Hooray! So one of the more decisive battles right here. I've gained control of Hampshire. This county's starving and pissed off at the Baron. So, oh boy, I have awakened the sleeping dragon. And chances are it's going to be an actual war machine. So the question is he going to take on the knight too and try and save his county? Looks like he is. And he's not going to succeed. So perfect health for my peoples. I want to do that, and we're just going to keep this siege going as long as it takes. It's not going to take too many more turns, I don't think, to do this. But we are going to do just some quick county management again. And a lot of this later game is just about war. So we only have 1 county right now. Let's look at our new place first, which fortunately we have a merchant in here. And we have a bunch of sheep to eat, so it is springtime for not Hitler. And I can sell a bunch of wool, so that's even more money, which is fantastic. Not as much money as it could be, but there's other merchants that sell it for way less. No mercenaries here. I do need to get people out. You can see that there's immigrants to Dorset. So 512 peoples. 150 swordsmen. So here, I don't think I can get you all out of the county this turn. No, but I can get close. So we're just going to continue to try and steamroll over here, start to put some pressure on the bishop. Because the bishop obviously does not have much in the way of troops. But we do have our little side guard here as well. So they're going to be unhealthy. But I do want to try and reinforce them just a little bit here, so probably 20 cacaos. I think that's a good start. And some of these guys are going to be eaten, so that's how that goes. And it'd be really nice if the steward actually did something to repair these damn fields, because that needs to happen. Alright, so no grain at this point. We're going to hope that mutton will carry us through for the year, because there is going to be enough grain. This is not a very populous county. 20 cows should be enough. Alright, so here, wedding, very happy times. We don't need to be eating cows anymore. We actually did get a good harvest. Oh wow, we actually planted a lot of stuff too, so more cows. Otherwise, just let the steward do his thing, because when you put the steward in charge, pretty much your goal is to focus on other things and not have the county fall apart. But I do want to recover these fields. And I do have to go through each of these counties just to see if there's mercenaries. Plague sucks, but there's actually a lot of excess cattle here. So, not too worried about that. That county was on the brink of destruction before, so like I said, I'm just shopping for mercenaries. I'm eating my sheep just because it's going to save me a little bit there. So let's go ahead and recover another field. Going to do this every turn, and we're going to actually have to start to send some of these armies to defend against a... I don't know if it's going to be a split push by the Baron, but this is going to be a meat grinder area, as it turns out, just west of Buckinghamshire. And let's see here. Got to remember that we're actually heading towards the deep home part of our kingdom here, as we have a castle that is still slowly but surely being built. Suffolk, remember when it was on the brink of totally dying, and now it is at perfect happiness. Alright, so we get a bunch of stuff here. No mercs to speak of, but I could probably use some more weapons. I guess part of the question is, what do I want to do about sheep, but I think for now I'll hold on to them. The most important / interesting thing to me is that I don't really need a lot of grain here, because I just have so many cattle. Okay, so do I really not have any mercenaries to play with this time? Could be interesting. That does not seem to be the case. So yeah, like I said, just fast check. 150 troops coming through here. Let's recover some fields. Just trying to do a quick check. Let's go ahead and drop you all off over here. Now I think the knight may be thinking of doing something sneaky. I don't know. What do I want to do with this army, I guess, is my next question. Do I want to put the pressure on the Baron here? Because I could possibly take out his home county right here, Gwynedd or however you pronounce it. But I really don't want to get a sneak attack by the knight. And right now, this is not my biggest army, but it's not my smallest army either. So we are just going to go and see if we can poke in this way. Say, hey knight, how you doing? Now I have another army that I'm trying to build over here. Slowly but surely, as finally a freaking merchant comes here. Just in the nick of time. Let's see here. Dairy cattle. We just need a few more cattle. Right now. Just a few more cattle. Let's buy 4. And that grain is stupidly expensive, but we're gonna do it anyway. I've had to deal with worse. So we're slowly building up a castle here. Need a few more people there. We're not going to be farming this year, so... But fortunately, I should be able to go on normal rations without much trouble, because dairy is magic and feeds everybody. So there's Gascony archers, which are starting to be really valuable for me. This merchant doesn't sell weapons. So I just have one army over here I'd love to combine. And right now, this county's getting eaten alive by the locusts that are my armed forces. So let's see here. If this county's better, and it might not be, because I'm losing people. Are they immigrating? Yeah, they're immigrating to Lancashire. We'll change that. 10 happiness. We do want to watch that situation. So I have spare crowns. It's up at the 3. So it's here. 1,072. Not so good. Let's buy weapons here. And I am, in fact, going to sell some sheep. Sell 10. That'll give me enough. Do all this. So Mr. Goldpenny, what you got for me? Not a lot of mercenaries to have at this point, so We're gonna do our next gigantic strike force here. So 100 peasants, 200 archers, more swordsmen on the way. So let's go ahead and just get you guys all together now, because I want to have a second army to push in here. ASAP. If I put you here, that might be enough. Actually, let me go ahead and poke you all into this county, because I think one county of this stuff will be plenty, because that's not that big of an army. So I could buy 200 more archers, but I don't have the crowns for it. That's okay. So now we're going to go to military engagement mode. Question 1, do I want to take on the Baron right here and really push hard with this army? I have a huge follow-up coming behind me, and these guys suffered no losses, but I'm not going to be able to overtake in time, so I'm just going to go ahead and set right here, because that'll allow me to either attack the army as needed or back off and get reinforcements. Now I do have a small army right here. I don't really care too much about what happens to him. I just don't want him to get overrun all of a sudden. So just try and recover some fields. They're not happening this turn. So there we go. I guess the other question is, do we want to play games and see what this army is from the Baron? I could probably fight him almost this turn, but I almost want to wait and see if I can take him on with 2 things. So I think for now I'm just going to leave you there. In fact, let's see here. Yeah, it's probably better if I put it there, because if I move it up there, one, he'll be able to attack me. Other question is, do I want to send an army off to attack the Countess? Do any of you all qualify as an army that can actually siege properly? 150, 150, there's the castle that's dying. Cannot click on this unit. Okay, well, let's move this unit and see what we got here, because I can at least dump them into this county and see what happens. Because I should have some force that is viable for sieging. There we go, Norman crossbowmen and peasants. That's good enough. I just need warm bodies at this point. Question 1 is going to be, if the Baron goes to take Gloucestershire, I'm going to have to wait. So I'm going to play defensively here, see if the Baron tries to skip the knight and go straight for me. Chances are he won't. I may have to defend my southern border here. I do have a lot of troops. In fact, I should probably... How many are here? 126. I'm actually going to pull you all off the line. The Countess is not that much of a threat anymore. And let me pull you all north, just so that we have everything together. Anybody else that I missed? I don't think so. Unfortunately, I thought there was an indicator of what armies have moved and what haven't, but there's not, so end of turn. So not as many mercenaries here. The bishop now starting to feel the heat, so we are going for a total aggression. And that's okay, so 50 yeomen. Seriously, guys, seriously. Now, alright. Good luck, have fun. You guys are going to get slaughtered. Yeah, I guess one thing I do miss is the days of yore of having a hot seat sort of game with friends back in the day of just... Yeah, you all are so gone. That's the difference between approaching them like that. But I mean, it is a little disappointing, as I've said probably a billion times this series, to have only to deal with this kind of unit composition from the computer. As, let's see, interesting. He's going to go back the other way here. So limited success, no losses, kill 4 defenders. So it's going to be another turn here. The Earl says, were I in my prime, I would have your head. The imprudence of youth. So that's him saying, I'm dead with my stupid purple hat. The Earl's honestly the noble that screws me up the most. So it is a big relief to have him out of sight. Meanwhile, I don't know what this force the Baron has. It's going to be really telling whether he has actual weapons. Oh, wow. So he totally cleared that out. 45 yeomen of Cheshire. Just peasants. Can we offer court? Well, let me see. What's your 15 morale? Can we offer quarter? Yes. So why'd you even attack, Baron? Now my guys are even stronger. So let's see here. It looks like we're going to be... I think we have enough. We can just keep doing what we're doing here. What does the intel say? Very bad. The people are diseased. I have plenty of food. Strangely, I have more food than normal here. But we'll see if we can build another trebuchet. I don't think we'll need too much more here. Alright, so quick county management spree, and then we'll do some combat and call this an episode here. So, wow. Wow, what happened to your grain, guys? Did I say something stupid like, "Durr, we don't need to buy grain for this place. It has all these people." Okay, well, I guess we're going on half rations. Until further notice. We're just going to be eating mutton until the mutton goes home, because this county is currently supporting how many troops? Almost 400, not quite. Perfect health. I guess it is time to siege the bishop there. Alright, so nothing new or exciting in this county. So just looking for good deals for weapons. But right now, not too much there. I think this county's going to be okay. 9 people idle. Not a great price. What's your happiness at? 25. That's good enough. Cool. So, wow. We do have Flemish Bill here. Unfortunately, Flemish Bill is not who we want, because Flemish Bill doesn't sell what we need. But I do have 150 weapons right now, so that counts for something. Alright, so poor Buckinghamshire. If I can just make it through this year, that's gonna be good. But for now, we're having to go half rations. So we'll get. I really want to see what the bishop has there. 50 Avon Knights. They can suck it so bad. All right. So Little Frank. Yes, there is a joke there. All right. So Little Frank doesn't have a lot for me. Har har. Gift of grain that I don't even really need. Swedish swordsman again. You know what, at this rate, I might as well say yes to the Swedish swordsman. They've been pretty reliable. And considering you pay for 150 swords that would normally cost 3,000 at only 50 gold per turn, it takes a long time in this game for it to add up to something else. So I will buy some weapons if they become available, but once again, you have to go through your counties to get your proper merchants, or get your proper checks here. I think we're going to be okay here. I do not like them losing grain, though. So here, all your fields are good. Let's get another cow field going, because that'll increase the birth rate by quite a bit. Yeah, and I don't want to mess with the armors anymore too much. So I guess here's the bad news bears. Do I have no food in this county really to speak of, but that's okay. Because they have mixed health. We don't really want these people dying or going away. Wow, it takes so much. No mercs here. Good timing to have a plague, because that decreases the population. That's exactly what they said during the Black Death before. So let's see here. How many... I don't want to buy wool. Who buys wool in this game? Someone who's stupid. Okay, so we'll buy a little bit of that. Once again, no mercs. This county I'm really concerned about, because Nottinghamshire... Let's see here. How are we doing on fields? We just need to get one more field. So 200 Gascony archers. That is perfect. Perfect. And we're going to raise 100 swordsmen with them as well. So it's 9% of the population. I don't really take a huge happiness hit, but I do take a little bit of one. 170 people, there's not enough people. 380 people, there's not enough people. But this is a good form of population control right here, because I can just keep raising armies. And I do think I am going to have enough now to win this game quite handily and control it. So let's just go ahead and combine our forces. See, I actually cannot do that. Why am I walking over the house? That's so stupid. Alright, well. Let's go ahead and combine this army. Yes. Let's go ahead and attempt to combine this army. Actually, go ahead and drop you all down here. And I think we're just going to go ahead and have a row with the Baron real quick. And I'm probably going to send these guys. I have enough units in the northern campaign, I guess you could say, or in the central campaign. You can see the south is really my lowest priority here. Because the Countess has been plinking away at the Bishop, and the Bishop hasn't really had to fight my kind of army right now. So this is a good army. This is going to be a good army. Because this is going to combine with that to make a gargantuan army. So here we go. Let's go ahead and... how many people do we got here? 100 and 200. Let us start this siege. I could take out this army first, but... I think I'd rather just get the siege started. Because that guy's going to attack me no matter what. So yeah, we're at the 30-minute point. This will be... These military actions are going to be it for this turn. But there is a lot of military here, so 400 siege troops. We do not want fighters right now. We need builders. And what am I going to need later? So I just need some serious trebuchet action. 5 trebuchets, that's going to be... It's going to be a big deal. There's only 41 people there, and they have food for a while. Okay. Next step. I'm going to have to use this army to take out 2 attacking forces by the night. I could try and take on this troop, but I have a feeling he's going to attack the rebels there. So 100 versus 300, there's another pit of mud. Oh my... Wow, that sucks. That really sucks, because those guys can go straight for my archers. So it looks like the knight might be living to fight another day, perhaps. So we're just going to move you all forward here. And this is why I bring another backup unit, because it could take more to take out the knight. Looks like he is going for his last gasp. My archers aren't doing a ton to the knights, but maybe the support will be enough. I am going to take some pretty heavy losses for this combat, though, because their morale is going to still be pretty good. So here, maybe if I can get them below like 50. There we go. So some losses, 19. That's not great, but over 300 is still good. That's just because he only had so many troops to send. So this, we know what this army is. This is all peasants. I think the knight just blew his last bit of cash that he had. So it's here, down in the south. Do we have another siege coming? Yes, we do. Not going to combine these armies. They can't be combined. So let's siege here. Castle Cavernarn. Here we go. Perfectly happy, loyal people. And this is going to be another pretty easy siege, because this is a Countess castle that got taken. So let's see, I guess at this rate, if we only need 240 builders, get the rest foraging. Because it takes 60 people to build a trebuchet. And what's great about trebuchets, if I haven't said it a zillion times, or if I haven't even shown it before, is that they can fire from range where they won't get hit. And there's only 16 people in this garrison, probably. Pretty interesting, but there we go. So second siege, which gets us to the possible grand fireworks here. Okay, which one's most disposable? That army's pretty good. Whoa, we don't want to do that. 126 Swedish swordsmen. That's probably our most disposable force to start with. So let's see, Baron, what do you got cracking? 450 people. Oh wow, 450 of an actual army. This is going to be... I may not even do too much damage here, to be honest. But we'll see. We're going to take on the Macemen because they don't have great defense. This is all coming from memory from the instruction manual. They're very offensive oriented. I'm not going to be able to get to the archers in time. I'm not accepting your quarter. I've never actually seen the computer offer quarter before that I can recall. So, yeah. These guys are mercenaries. They're here to die. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Hopefully taking down some of you with me. We can at least see right now the archers are really plinking away pretty hard. I mean, there's no battle experience in this game. These guys are pretty battle hardened right now. But if I do run away with these mercenaries, they will just leave, so might as well use them till the end because I'm a good, ruthless ruler, as these spearsmen are totally missing the show right now. So let's see here, 73, knocking these guys down a few pegs. So the Baron's armies are legit. I gotta be careful with how I approach them. Because this unit composition has no ranged units, so it's not great. But if I can knock them down to below 300, I doubt I will, but if I can, it'll be good. Yes, 300. Get it one more kill. 299, there we go. I'll call that a successful sacrifice if I kill 150 of their men for 120 of my mercenaries. So what do we want to do next? Do we want to push with the Norman crossbowmen? The problem is that the archers are going to really outrange them. So if I do that, it's going to weaken this army a little bit. It may stop my push in the middle just a little bit. Like I said, I got to be mindful that there is somebody potentially coming from up top over here to attack this county. So we'll see if that's the case. If this one trades hands, I'm not too worried about it, but I guess my next most disposable... Well, let's see here. Does this one... Okay, this one does have mercenaries. Maybe I should be sieging with this army. We'll see. We're going to try and park you all back here. So we're not going to... Oh, okay. Now we have to fight because I forgot if you try and get cute like that, they won't move any further. So 496. I should win this. The wild card's going to be the fact that they have pretty high morale. And their archers really outrange my archers, but mine hit so much harder. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and position our troops right here. As you can see, the arrow's already raining down. So we are going to take some swordsman losses. And I guess if they're not coming down, they don't have to. We're going to move up our crossbowmen too. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's just charge straight into their lines. You guys have shields? Use them. Okay, so peasantry, you all are going to try and stay in front. See if we can crossbow the shit out of these swordsmen. They are the biggest threat by far. Okay, so I don't like that blob there. Right now, not great troop management, but I do have some spare swords. So if I do need to rebolster my ranks, I can. And peasants, can you all be sneaky and make it to the archers? So, right now they're free firing. Unfortunately, I can't really see what I'm targeting here. Let's target the macemen. So it's peasant on peasant combat right now. Their morale's slipping quite a bit. But yeah, these crossbowmen, the great benefit of them is that they hit really hard. So can I offer quarter? Yep, mercy. That's good. So I lost 53, most of them swordsmen, which sucks, but you know what? You gotta take those losses sometimes. So let's see here. That means that if I have somebody who will buy some cattle off me, for instance, 93 cattle. Let's see here. I don't necessarily need all that iron. Let's see here. How's my cow population? We're going to gain 5 cows. So yeah, I can sell that. And all we're going to do here is buy some more swords. And let's rebolster our ranks down here. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I'd call it interesting aggression. Interesting aggression, about to be relatively successful aggression. I don't like that I killed that county's population that much, but what can you do at this rate? And go ahead and drop you all in here. And we'll see what happens there. These guys are going to be very important because they're going to be reinforcing my other big army. And I don't think I can get them out of the county border. Yeah, I can. So we'll just stack them all up in here so this county can survive, eat. But yeah, that's Lords of the Realm. We're right at the 40-minute mark. So pretty long episode, but hey, it's been a while since we've done it. And the turns do get longer, and I try and do some county management between just to get a little bit more action. But this is way to fail. I haven't forgotten about this series. It's just been a little bit tight recording schedule, but I hope you all enjoyed it. I am going to be playing this game, this round to completion. Thank you for sticking with it. See you all next time.